Hello, my name is Alicia Hinckley, and along with Logan White and Kylie Lamb, we evaluated ballot measure 116. Ballot measure 116 seeks to decrease state income tax from 4.63% to 4.55%, a decrease of 0.08%. Here is a historical outlook on individual income tax rate in Colorado. The rate of 4.63% has not changed since the year 2000. Taxes were the highest for 1947 until 1959 at 10%. However, tax rates were graduated until 1987. This means that people who made more money paid more taxes and people who made less money paid less taxes. If you notice, there are multiple lines in this time frame indicating the different tax brackets. The lowest income families only paid 1% for state income tax, while the wealthiest paid 10% in state income tax. From 1987 to 1998, individual state income tax was a flat rate of 5% and dropped to 4.75% in 1999. And then in the year 2000 to the 4.63% that we have today in Colorado. So with that said, should we vote yes or no on ballot measure 116? A yes vote would reduce the state income tax to 4.55% for the tax year 2020 and for future years. Remember, this is a flat rate, not a graduated rate. A no vote would keep the state income tax rate unchanged at 4.63%. Again, this is a flat rate, not a graduated rate. And if you remember correctly, a graduated rate means that the more money you make, the more taxes you pay. In this case, everyone pays the same amount. Arguments for. Due to the current circumstances in our nation, many families need relief. A yes vote may provide such relief to small business owners and individuals all over Colorado struggling to keep afloat. A yes vote may also provide more money for basic purchases such as food, clothes, utilities, and shelter. Lowering individual income tax rate may also support and stimulate the economy by putting more money back into the hands of individual consumers. Furthermore, if small business owners are given tax breaks, they may be able to provide raises for employees. This may cause a trickle effect and further stimulate the economy. Arguments against. Reducing the state revenue may impact budget cuts already made on education, transportation, healthcare programs, and other state services as a result of COVID-19. This may further lead to more layoffs and reduced state services impacting people who rely on these services. Those that may be impacted most are low-income families who rely on services for education, healthcare, and transportation to and from work. Unfortunately, this tax cut may only help the wealthiest of taxpayers and may only have a very minimal impact on the poorest taxpayers. According to the Colorado Ballot Information Booklet, it voted yes. About 75% of Colorado taxpayers will collectively only save an extra $50 a year, as opposed to the 2% of Colorado taxpayers who will collectively save $500,000 a year. This table shows income tax under the current law and what it would be under Proposition 116. To the left, you will see taxable income. This represents what an individual would make in a year. The next column shows what would be owed in taxes at the current rate of 4.63%. The third column is what would be under Proposition 116 at a tax rate of 4.55%. And the final column shows how much money would be saved if we decreased income tax. As you can see, this is a very small savings for those who make very little, but could potentially be a great impact for those who make more money. Conclusion. According to Gale, Crumpkin, and Rubin, 2015, reducing income tax has very little impact on economic growth. However, due to COVID-19, this may perhaps change the dynamic of previous conclusions. History shows us that other states have attempted this transition and failed to meet their optimism. However, it is important to look at Colorado as its own state, and just because it didn't work for other states doesn't mean it can't work for another, especially in such hard and difficult times. There is truly no right answer, but it is important to look at this with an open mind and remember that every argument has a counter argument. It is impossible to know how this change will affect our state and which is why it is so important to know the facts and make an informed decision. It is our hope that we have provided you with enough information to make that vote, whether it be yes or no. Have you made your decision?